It has been a fairly quiet start to severe weather season. A little delayed, but then you get something like today. You get it all. Severe storms, heavy rain, hail, a couple tornado warnings, some talk about hail in some places, like 2 inches size.
Yeah, this is a live look right now from our Lookout Mountain camera, and you can see some of those shafts of rain and dark storm clouds that have gathered, started pounding areas below, and there are different sections that are really under the gun right now. So let's get right to meteorologist Kathy Sabin with taking a look at what's already been a busy day from Denver to the Eastern Plains, with more to come.
Delayed, but severe weather season is definitely here, and we have a severe thunderstorm watch for Denver through 9 o'clock and much of northeast and east central Colorado. Dark skies tell the tale. You woke up to that muggy, cloudy feeling. You could feel that moisture in the air. Just enough heating of the day that we're seeing these storms develop and move very slowly toward the northeast. The big threat will be heavy rain, lightning, and large hail, but we are seeing rotation, radar indicated rotation, with some of these cells that are starting to come off the foothills. Right now, what you're looking at, the yellow polygon areas are severe thunderstorm warnings. The 2 red polygon areas are 2 new tornado warnings. And we're monitoring this area shaded in blue for the potential, as Kim mentioned, for hail 2 inches in diameter and damaging winds to 60 miles per hour. That cell that is just to the east of the Carville area, tornado warning there. That cell 8 miles west of Boyero, 28 miles southeast of Lyman. It's moving east at 25 miles per hour. We have some hail reports coming up north of Calhan and Kiowa. We also have a new rotating storm up in Morgan County that we're tracking, and additional severe thunderstorm development along a line from Castle Rock and Monument down to the Colorado Springs area. We're also concerned about too much rain in Larimer County, with a flash flood warning out for areas just south of the Red Feather Lakes area. That area in yellow, Storm Prediction Center has us in that slight risk for severe weather, but we certainly are seeing that, and the scattered storms will continue between now and about 9 o'clock tonight. Skies will clear. Temperatures are warm right now. We're staying in the 70s over the next 6 hours, and coming up in Maine weather, another radar update. We're going to talk about the potential for severe weather again tomorrow, and then triple-digit high temperatures return to our extended forecast. So a lot to uncover in just a few minutes.
Okay, don't move, Kathy.
Yeah, I want to take you to another live picture. This is our meteorologist, Corey Reppenhagen, who's been traveling up into Weld County. And this is just outside of Keensburg, and you can see very dynamic cloud formation with a lot coming down on the right side of your screen. And Corey's getting set up to bring us some more of these pictures. But there are concerns when you talk about those tornado warnings in some of the areas that this weather could get very dicey, very dodgy for many people. Of course, we'll keep an eye on this and have all the information that you need to know throughout a somewhat dangerous weather day coming up throughout the hour here at 4 o'clock on 9 News.
The district attorney says it is one of the largest fentanyl seizures in Colorado history. Authorities arrested 8 people after a 6-month-long investigation.
So 9 News crime and justice reporter Matt Jablow has been following the story and joins us now. This involves several metro area law enforcement agencies.
5 agencies in particular, Tom: the Arapahoe and Douglas Sheriff's Departments, Denver Police, the Arapahoe DA's office, and the federal DEA. The investigation began at the end of last year after a tip to law enforcement in Wyoming. A few months later, there were 2 major seizures, both from the same drug organization, according to the Arapahoe DA. Law enforcement seized about 200,000 fentanyl pills, nearly 10 pounds of heroin, a kilo of cocaine, and about $60,000 worth of stolen power tools and baby supplies that had apparently been traded for drugs.
The source of these narcotics originated in Mexico. There is an unindicted co-conspirator that we have yet to identify as the primary source that would coordinate with this drug trafficking organization to bring the drugs up from Mexico and distribute them across 18th Judicial District and the Denver metro area.
According to the DEA, as of March 31st, 1.1 million fentanyl pills had been seized in Colorado. Back on June 6th, the Colorado State Patrol seized 114 pounds of pure fentanyl powder from a vehicle heading east on I-70 to Denver, believed to be the largest recorded seizure on a U.S. highway of pure fentanyl. Kim and Tom?
If you took the fentanyl out of this arrest, you would still have a major drug bust involving heroin and cocaine. But now we talk so much about fentanyl. That's a lot right there.
It is indeed. And what's interesting, even the law enforcement officers who we talked to today, the Arapahoe DA and the DEA, concede that even though this was a significant bust, it's going to be really difficult to make much of a dent into the serious problem that we're having until we make a real dent into demand.
Yeah, sadly, it might just be the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
All right, Matt.
Blowing up. All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you, Matt. New developments just 2 days after the mass shooting at the 4th of July parade in Highland Park, Illinois. Investigators revealed today the suspect in the killing spree has confessed.
Today, they also said that he considered possibly having a second attack in Madison, Wisconsin. NBC's Jay Gray now has the latest from Highland Park.
As a memorial grows at the site of the massacre, authorities now say the man responsible, Robert Crimo III, has confessed to killing 7 and wounding more than 24 during an attack at a 4th of July parade.
He went into details about what he had done. He admitted to what he had done.
Apparently identifying himself in video from the scene, acknowledging he dressed like a woman to hide tattoos and help him escape, and telling investigators he considered a second attack while he was on the run.
He was driving around, however, he did see a celebration that was occurring in Madison, and he seriously contemplated using the firearm he had in his vehicle to commit another shooting.
During a brief hearing, a judge denied bond for the 21-year-old suspect who faces 7 counts of first-degree murder, the first of what prosecutors say will be dozens of charges in the case. And we're learning more today about those who didn't survive, including Irina and Kevin McCarthy, who died saving their 2-year-old son.
He had been found under his father, who was on top of him to protect him from the gun. This poor little boy came with his parents just to celebrate freedom and now has lost his parents.
In a place that's lost its innocence.
We are feeling this rip through our community. It's going to take a long time to heal.
And even then, most here say things will likely never be the way they were before the attack. Jay Gray, NBC News, Highland Park, Illinois.
And again, the suspect made that first court appearance today. He was denied bail. Police and federal officials describing it as it'll be months before they're able to finish gathering and analyzing all of the evidence.
Today's hearing, we're hearing from one of 2 police officers shot at a fireworks show in Philadelphia on the 4th of July. Sergio Diggs was on duty when the shots rang out, causing crowds to run. Diggs was grazed in the head by a bullet. Another officer was shot in the shoulder. Diggs says he didn't realize he was shot, but the force of the impact took him by surprise.
I felt like something like a sledgehammer just hit me in the head. And it almost took me off my feet. I leaned forward and grabbed my head and noticed that, there was just blood everywhere.
Both officers were released from the hospital that night. They're said to be doing okay. Investigators still have no explanation behind the gunfire, and they're looking for information from the public.
Parker police had a problem on Monday night. They wanted to help a woman, but they didn't know where to go. Like thousands of others, she used an internet-based phone system to call for help. Well, police tell 9 News reporter Cole Sullivan that a simple update could have helped them find her faster.
The woman's call to police came from this apartment complex late Monday night, but dispatchers didn't know that. At Parker Police Communications, no address appeared on screen. They heard a man and a woman screaming at each other and wanted to help the woman who called, but did not know where to go.
It's incredibly frustrating to know someone needs help and to not know where they need help.
Josh Hands, Parker Police spokesperson, says the call came from a voice over internet protocol, or a VoIP number.
A VoIP line is basically a landline, but instead of plugging into a phone jack, you're plugging into your modem.
Since the woman did not give her address, he says dispatchers had to contact the VoIP provider by sending them an email.
It took about 2.5 hours later, and we got an email back from them, and it didn't contain their address.
He says the woman's account did not have her location updated, so it was not until she called back nearly 4 hours later that officers responded to this apartment complex. By then, the man barricaded himself and the caller inside.
And that slowed down the response. So it's critical that people update that information and make sure they put it in accurately.
He says the county SWAT team broke down the door later that morning. No one got hurt.
We feel very fortunate.
But he wants VoIP users to update their address so they don't have to wait as dispatchers try to figure out where they are.
Location is the most important thing. That's when you call 911. It's going to be 911, where's your emergency?
Cole Sullivan, 9 News.
And last year, Parker police say they answered nearly 1,800 911 calls from internet-based phones. That also includes cell phones set up to use Wi-Fi calling. And a reminder, there is a setting on your iPhone to update your emergency address.
Airlines have been struggling to keep up with increased travel. Now one airline is warning that the upcoming summer travel may be too much to handle.
A local 81-year-old served his country in Vietnam, and now he's continuing to serve other vets in his community.